What is up guys, and welcome to another video, another project, a PC build for you from Sterling Tech UK. So this is the donated case. It's a Cooler Master from PC Specialist. It's quite a decent sized case with a glass side panel as well. So it came completely empty. We're about to install a motherboard inside it and try and get it running up for you. So next up is the motherboard. We haven't actually fitted it inside. It's an Asus motherboard. It's quite decent. Yes, with an AMD Phenon processor. Processor is already in there, but as you can see, there's no thermal paste and there's no cooling fan. So we've got a cooling fan here, Arctic, with the thermal paste underneath it, but we can't fit the cooling fan until there's a backplate that needs to be secured underneath the motherboard. So this is the backplate we've ordered. Wasn't too expensive, about £4 or £5 from Amazon. So this will go underneath the motherboard with four screws, and then the fan will just screw on top of the back plate. So we'll do that next. So we've just raised the motherboard enough so we can slide the back plate underneath, and it will just line up with the 4 screw holes perfectly. And then all you simply do is just screw them in, and that should hold the back plate secure. And then you can fit the Arctic cooling fan on top of your processor. And the next thing we need to do is just to screw in these brackets into the back plate. So these brackets will hold the cooling fan in place. There's just a clip there that will just click onto the side of the fan. Next, all you're going to do is just clip these in. There we go, and the fan is secure on top of the CPU. Next to going is the power supply unit, which just tucks into the back of the slide. It's actually got a built-in case that it slides into, so it just slides into there, and 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then after that, the memory sticks, which can only go in one way. If you look at the cut and line it up with the cut on inside the slots, make sure they are firmly fixed, because your PC will not start. You can hear them click. Close the clips. Next in is the graphics card. So we decided to go with the budget card, 1050 Ti. It's a good card, decent card. I think it's 4 GB in memory, so it should be sufficient for the games that we wish to play, and that will just slide into the memory card slot over there. So all you have to do is carefully, there is a clip at the back that you have to undo, just this one over here behind this cable. Make sure that clip is undone backwards, and then just slide it in. Again, it can only go in one way, so you have to be a little bit careful. Once that's into place, there's just a screw that will go on top of there, and then lastly it's just the SSD drive that holds your Windows, and that just simply slots into the back of a power cable, and a SATA cable will hold it secure for you. So you line up the golden threads at the back with the cables. So once the graphics card is in, you just make sure it's tied into place. There is a clip at the back, just firmly push into place. That should be good. SATA drive is easy. It's just 2 cables that we need to clip. So this one, if you match up the threads at the back with the threads inside, you should be able to make out. So that cable will clip into there, and then you've got the power cable, which should again match up the threads and clip into. And that's it. So yep, hard drive's in place. Make sure you secure the hard drive into the chassis. You could use a bracket or use a couple of screws, and that should complete. Let's give it a try. Turn it on, see what happens. This is the end result. So as you can see, it's turned on first time, and it does look quite nice. Just added a nice wallpaper to it, and we've got a 50-inch QLED screen to go with it, so obviously just makes it. I just added a keyboard, RGB keyboard with a mouse, and a 50-inch QLED screen just to see what the games play like. So we'll give you a quick clip of a gameplay now. So the end result, finally, after all that work, this actually came in as quite a cheap bargain basement build The motherboard was free, came from a scrap PC. The power supply was just £20, £50 for the 1050 Ti graphics card, another £20 for the Arctic fan, cooling fan, and also we paid about £30 for the SSD drive. Altogether it's about, I think, £110 all in. So we've got a 1050 Ti with an SSD drive, 500 GB, 2 sticks of memory RAM, and it's actually performing better than I would have hoped. I mean, it's got a bit of halo reach for you, so it's obviously a bigger screen does make a difference, as you can see, but yeah, it sounds great. You get the sound through the HDMI. A bargain bill for £110. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Greatly appreciate your support. Have a lovely day, and please look after yourselves. We'll catch you in the next one.